In this video, we will continue working and adding some quality of life, as well as some more functionalities to make sure our view post section is high quality. Let's get started. If you look at our third post right now, which is the one with a Vic, it currently takes up a large chunk because it has such a long description. There may be a chance that when people are going through the section that they don't want to read through all of this. Instead, we will be resolving this issue by adding a functionality in our code which will allow us to clamp our cards to max out at 5 lines. If they happen to have a description longer than that, we will add a way for the user to click show more or show less, giving them the ability to choose whether they want to see the whole thing or not. In order to add this quality of life and functionality, we will be going back to our about.js and adding 3 more consts. These are the 3 ones that we will be using. Expanded reviews is to see which review texts are expanded versus truncated. Is clamped remembers which reviews are too long and need a show more button. Finally, review refs references to review DOM elements and used to measure their height. Then going down, we will be adding a helper and a useEffect. It will be right below our render stars. Toggle review expansion expands and collapses long reviews when the user clicks show more. Then the useEffect right below it will check if a review is longer than 5 lines. If it is, then it will mark it as clamped, so a show more button appears for it. Finally, we will be adding this last section to our review grid. We will do this by scrolling all the way down to where we were working on our review. And then in this review.text div, we're going to be pasting this specific code. IsClamped is a conditional rendering in React with the main role of telling us whether the review is too long, which for us we have defined as 5 lines. If it is true, React will show the button inside the parentheses. If false, nothing will be rendered. The button makes it so that when the user clicks the button, it calls the toggle review expansion function for that specific review's index. Finally, expanded reviews changes the text depending on whether the review is currently expanded or collapsed. If it is true, the text will show less. If it is false, the text will show more. After your changes, we can now look at the project as a whole. Now, if we go back to our about and our review cards, we can see that now our third card actually has the changes that we have. Before, it used to be really long, but now we have clamped the post to only show 5 lines in the beginning. If we would like to see more of this, we can just click the show more, and when we do so, it will show the rest of the description that they had. If we think that this is too much and we're done reading it, we can just click show less one more time, and it will just go back to normal. This allows for our user to have more control over the whole page and for their preferences. After all of this is done, this completes our review cards display. Alright, after we have finished creating our review cards section, we have finished the majority of our project. So let's go back in chronological order of our video series just to recap what we have done in our project. First, we created our project structure that will be used for the majority of Meeedly projects. After that, we created 3 specific pages. We have the home, our about, and our settings. Then we also had an extra page called error 404, which would be used if we ever had anything that didn't actually go to our 3 main pages, which can be shown here. Going back, then we worked on our homepage. In our homepage, we had a counter that when you click increase, makes the number go up, and decrease makes the number go down. Then we added a functionality where if you refresh it, it keeps the number here. We can also go to inspect and console and we can see that it's actually being saved in our local storage. When we click increase, it's going up, and decrease also saves it. Then we go to our about page. If you remember, in our user posts, we created it so that it will load 10 posts at a time. Each post will have a user, it will have the date, it will have the description, which is used and found through dummy JSON, which we use through API calls. Then we also have random likes and dislikes being generated, as well as a reply. Then, as we scroll down and we go to the end of our 10 cards, we have a spinner that will notify the user that there are more things being loaded, and then more posts will be loaded. Then, if we go all the way up, we go to our reviews cards section. In this, we have 4 cards right now that have been hard-coded. We have their initials, which are their avatar, their name, their star rating, when this post was created, and a description. Then we also worked on some quality of life and functionalities to help with the descriptions and the card length. In this third card, we saw that if it was too long, now it clamps it to only 5 lines, and if we click show more, we can see the rest of the description. However, if we are done reading and we don't want it to just take up space, we will just click show less, and now it is removed. These are the things that we worked on as a group. However, now it is your time to show your creativeness and also what you can code. There are some parts in our code that we would like for you to code the functionality for. Some of the parts include in our user posts, the way to like, dislike, and reply. In our reviews cards, this menu button. So for example, maybe you could add a way for you to delete these cards or to edit them. And finally, we have this whole settings page right here that we didn't touch, but it will be up to you to see what you would like to do with this page. Some ideas might be possibly creating a light or dark mode toggle, or anything else that the user would maybe want to change. And that's it for this React.js project tutorial. To recap, we have built a counter that saves data when you increase or decrease the number, allowing for you to still have your number saved when you refresh, a user post section that uses an API call from dummy JSON to help fill the descriptions, and finally a course review section to learn displaying cards and showing the thought process we should have while designing things for users. Thank you for joining me on this journey through this project. I hope that it has been insightful and that you have learned something new.